In the quiet town of Bethany, I received the news that my dear friend Lazarus was ill. His sisters, Mary and Martha, sent word to me saying, "Lord, the one you love is sick." John 11, verse 3. My heart ached for them, for I loved Lazarus deeply. Yet, I stayed where I was for 2 more days, knowing that this suffering would serve a greater purpose. John 11, verse 6 to 7. When I finally arrived in Bethany, I found that Lazarus had already been in the tomb for 4 days. The air was heavy with sorrow, and the tears of Mary and Martha pierced my heart. "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died," Martha said, her voice trembling with grief. John 11:21. I could see the anguish etched on her face, the hopelessness that clung to her like a shroud. I told her, "Your brother will rise again," John 11:23, but she didn't understand the depth of my words. "I know he will rise again in the resurrection at the last day," she replied, her eyes filled with sorrow. John 11:24. I felt the weight of her despair and my spirit stirred within me. As I approached the tomb, I was overwhelmed with emotion. Jesus wept. John 11:35. In that moment, I felt the pain of humanity, the heartbreak, the loss, the longing for what once was. I stood before the stone that sealed the tomb, knowing that death had claimed my friend, yet believing in the power that lay within me to bring life. "Take away the stone," I commanded. John 11:39. Martha protested, "But Lord, by this time there is a bad odor, for he has been there 4 days." John 11:39. I looked at her and said, "Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God?" John 11:40. With a deep breath, they rolled the stone away, and I lifted my eyes to heaven, praying to my Father. With a loud voice, I called, "Lazarus, come out!" John 11:43. To everyone's astonishment, he emerged from the tomb, alive, still wrapped in burial cloths. The joy and disbelief of those present filled the air, but I knew that this miracle was not just about Lazarus. It was a testament to the power of faith and the promise of eternal life. Yet, amidst the rejoicing, I felt the weight of the world's sorrow. I knew that many would still choose to walk in darkness, blinded by their doubts and fears. The miracle of Lazarus was but a glimpse of the hope that I would later bring through my own death and resurrection. As I reflect on this moment and the pain that surrounds us, I ask you, in the face of your suffering and the suffering of others, will you choose to believe in the hope and life that I offer?